Naruto the Broken Bond is the 360 exclusive released in 2008, and the sequel to Naruto, Path of the Ninja, also for the 360, a direct sequel that picks up right as the last game ends, that being Naruto beating Gaara at the Chunin exams. Because the game is a direct sequel, I'm going to be referencing it a lot in this video, but it's not essential viewing as long as you have a passing knowledge of Naruto. Immediately we are thrust into the 4th Hokage Orochimaru fight that was taking place at the same time during Gaara vs Naruto. Firstly, you're going to notice as well, the budget increase, and it's well spent as you see the graphics and general direction of these cutscenes is a lot better than the first game. No more anime cutscenes. Damn, things are getting me blocked in the UK, god fucking piece of shit. Everything is fully 3D animated, and I prefer it as well. While the anime cutscenes are cute, I do like this better, as this approach of adapting the material rather than using the anime to retell the story, it gives a little more freedom to the developers to play around. This first fight is great, acting as a mini tutorial to the game while also giving us a taste of the slightly improved, but also kind of worse combat system. More on that later. I wonder what jutsu the 4th Hokage has.
Have you ever felt the humiliation of being defeated by the one who once called you sensei?
What jutsu to use? Poo Beam!
Shadow Snake!
Ah, a new technique. Now what? Poo Beam!
The strength to remove your entire soul, but I can make your arms useless. You'll never perform the hand signs for jutsu now. This will be my last chance.
Poo Beam! Yeah, if you know the story, you know how it goes. Slimy Snake Man kills the pensioner and runs away with a severe case of jelly arms. And we get to attend a funeral. How fun! How many games actually have funerals? It really is a rare thing. Top 10 funerals in gaming graphic. Because of this tragedy, the first half of the game is very glum, very depressing. The colours are muted and the music is somber. A nice way to mimic the anime and the shift in tone it has. But we have no time to waste. With Sasuke resting up as he was dogged on in the last game, Naruto is off on a trip with Jiraiya, and a very important mission I'm told.
Come find me later. I'll be in the restaurant, working.
This is where the game slows down and lets us actually learn the combat and how the exploration works. And enough has changed where I think it's worth mentioning. After running around with Shikamaru for a bit, solving puzzles, fighting ninjas, yeah, he's just here. After that, we stay in this inn to chill. Cue Sasuke. That's right, the game promised multiple characters on the back of the box. Man, Sasuke is so cool. He jumps cool, he does Chidori, Chichirikans cool. He just stinks of aura and testosterone. But what are we doing? Rushing to help Naruto, as we overheard some leaf ninja mention Ichi, Itachi's older brother.
Hey, don't blame me if I'm late. You missed some excitement. Itachi Uchiha was spotted around town.
What? No way!
Brother? Fucking hell, that was the most British I've ever sounded. Sasuke's older brother is after Naruto. This traps us in a small linear section where we have to race through, avoiding traps and having general platforming fun. We must survive. Pfft, yeah, get fucked, Fishman. Who's next? Ichi? Yeah, get him, Sasuke. Fishman was a joke. You could take this, clown.
Foolish little brother.
Now that's settled, back on the road. Exploration is weird. I don't like it as much as the last game, so let's break it down. Broken Bond is broken. Up into much larger areas for you to explore compared to Road to Ninja. Sorry, I abbreviated Road to Ninja to RTN in the script and it really confused me. As RTN was much smaller in scope, with the game mainly focusing on the Hidden Leaf Village. And here lies the problem. These areas are a little too large and boring, filled with nothing but coins and fights, which get dull really fast. But as a new addition to the exploring, and the game as a whole, we don't just play as Naruto. Duh! As you might have clocked, most of the cast are now playable, inside and outside of battle. And you're going to need them, as the open world sections are full of little ninja puzzles and roadblocks. With you needing to use characters' abilities, or multiple ones at once, to continue. On paper this is great, using your whole party to make your way through dangerous areas, Kiba's senses to watch out for traps, Shikamaru to pull switches, Neji's senses to watch out for traps, but it gets repetitive really fast, which is a shame. I can point to one puzzle where I feel like the idea was fully realised, and maybe a few towards the end of the game, but most of them are just roadblocks to slow you down for no real reason? No good content there? They are really not puzzles, it just devolves into kind of thoughtless gameplay. Having a character open one gate isn't a puzzle. Don't get me wrong, it's fine the first few hours, but when the new main quest is to take down the generic evil ninjas, it gets kind of repetitive. Oh, but how do we traverse between these areas? Is there a world map, a fast travel system? Maybe seamless transitions between areas? No, none of that. So going back to Rise of Ninja, to traverse between areas, you would run up a tree and play this little tree jumping minigame, pressing A when you land on an object to speed up, turn the left and right to avoid bad things and collect money. All very fun, cute and effective. While also being a really good representative way to show the anime off, you know? Because this would happen a lot in the anime with the characters jumping through trees and chatting and exposition, all that nonsense. Well, Broken Bond gets an upgrade. And look, your little friends join you too. It's just a cool little splash of creativity to make the whole segment much more interesting. I hate it. You can't skip them. They are almost pointless and they just slow you down. Pad out the running time. Now, you can get little gold medals for beating them under a certain time limit, so that is nice. It incentivizes like, a perfect run. No red things hit, perfect timing. But over and over and over again. It's mind-numbing. Repetitive isn't a strong enough word to use when describing this game. I praised the first game for being like a 5-hour long story. Nothing dragged, it's a great little adventure. But this one really just likes to it likes to take forever to do everything. It really likes to pad out the experience. Some positives, though.
Knock, knock.
The general feel of the game is much nicer, with movement being more responsive and fun. Running up walls doesn't require you to use chakra concentration this time round, which is a really nice touch. The game looks really nice too. The new lighting really makes everything pop. And the character interactions are great this time too.
Tanzaku Town. And that means it's almost time for you to learn that new technique.
Really? When? When? Can we start right now?
With this game getting the full anime voice cast back, unlike the last game's questionable VA.
Now, let's begin your training. To walk on water, you have to build up chakra at the points of contact and also constantly adjust it in order to maintain your balance on the water's shifting surface.
Before progressing, we do a little quest with Kiba to find us some dog treats or something. Anyway, what are we actually doing now? Finding Tsunade, right? There she is! Oh no! There's wiggly-armed Orochimaru! Hope I don't have an epic ninja battle! I need to mention, even though I front-loaded this video with a lot of negatives, up until this point, the game felt really well-paced and none of the repetitiveness had really set in yet. But we're only at the 4-hour mark when it gets to this point in the story, and I am writing this after I've beaten the game. But early on, to his credit, it's not too bad. I would even call it charming and fun. Throughout the game, you are thrust into what I can only call event battles. Canon fights to the anime, and the devs never back down with these ones. These fights, well, they look great. I mean, just look at this kaiju fight. Sure, it's a QTE, but it's visually, it's just so fun to look at. Just let me wait, no, one more. Fuck. Hang on, let me just get that. And we're good. But I do want to emphasize these fights. When the game gets to these good bits, the canon stuff is really fun and really great. Well worth the price of admission. One snake down, new Hokage found, what do we do now? Well, let's touch on combat. Combat is much the same as the first game. A 3D-ish fighter that comes with your basic kick and punch combos that you can mix up. Sneaky ninja moves like zipping around in various locations, jutsus per character, all ranging from great to annoying to use. You input the jutsus the same way as the last game. Holding on the left trigger, using the sticks to make symbols like arrows, but hand signs. You'll see on the screen, you get it, you got it, you got it. And the system is a little more complex this time around, with more playable characters and combos. But the visual spaff the combo enders have always give me a headache. Why does the screen shake? Every fucking time. And the combat does get a little redundant when you unlock the Rasengan because, well, just watch. And why would I use any other character when I could just... Regardless, it's still a fun little combat system that works. It excels when you're fighting tougher enemies, but drags to a halt when you're fighting grunts. Start to see a pattern emerge here? And finally, after all that time, we are back at the Hidden Leaf Village. But it's broken, it's grayscale, it's depressing. It's not as fun to explore as in the first game, nor should it be, as this isn't happy ninja time anymore. It's sad ninja time. After visiting Sasuke in the hospital from his, injuries, immediately we are thrust into a side quest. Well, a main quest. We play as the best blind boy Neji. Well, I think he's blind. And a little hide and seek mission. We need to find this guy who's been setting bombs throughout the Hidden Leaf. And I need to say, the Hidden Leaf looks great at night. I touched on it earlier, but visually this game looks wonderful. Now, it doesn't reach the heights of the Ninja Storm series, but it does look real yummy. Like, I just want to fluff the trees, swim in the water, and kiss Kakashis. The character models are not much better than the previous games. It's still a 360 game after all. So things are going to look a bit gummy, but the lighting really ties it together in this one. Following our barely functioning radar, we find the bomber and fight him. 3 separate times through 3 separate areas. Yes, they're actually brothers, but it's still the same fight. I also got stuck here for roughly 40 minutes as I didn't spot the switch in the dark. I won't blame the game for this, however. I didn't check properly, this was my bad. We clear up this quest and hand it over to the useless Leaf Ninja, who just stand there in twos getting nothing done, slagging off Uchihas or something. Next up is the best quest in the game. Let me remind you, none of this is optional. Save the Potato Chip Factory. So this chunk of game basically consists of filler content that's used to introduce us to Neji and Choji, since we haven't run into them into our travels so far. Choji, he's out of potato chips, so let's destroy some crates to feed his unending hunger. Oh hey, it's Sakura! No, but for real, she was one of the hardest fights in the game up to this point. Don't mess with her, she fucked me up. So it turns out the factory that makes Choji's favourite potato chip can't produce anymore because, get this, a rival company is sabotaging them. Motherfucking potato chip sabotage. This is the best. Choji's special in-world jutsu is long arms. It saves you from traps. At least it's interesting. He can also break big boulders, similar to Naruto and Sasuke with their Chidoris and their Rasangans respectively. Gasp! A potato chip ninja? This is the reason this is my favourite quest line. The idea of warring food companies hiring literal assassins is just wonderful. We save the day and restore peace to the potato chip ninja world, and Choji gains some confidence, which is nice.
All right!
Hey, what's that over there? A ninja card. Cool, let's grab it.
My time.
Yeah, let's ignore that for now. But do our characters stay the same throughout these adventures, I hear you ask? No. This is a good place to talk about the progression system this game offers. Yes, we have them this time. Completed missions and side quests gives you friendship points, which we can spend on 4 different stat upgrades for Naruto. Health, chakra, strength, and jutsu. So it's not a dream create your own Naruto simulator that I always wanted, but it's much better than the previous game's nothing. Shopping is much better too. Rather than just living off ramen, which is a perfectly healthy diet, ramen fully heals your team, which is super useful. You can also buy little pills that restore health and chakra in battle, blue and red respectively, along with strength pills for damage boosts. The scroll system still exists too, giving Naruto passive buffs like damage reduction or more damage from combo enders. So all things considered, you get a decent amount of customization for Naruto. Every other party member has their own stats too, but they're not upgraded in the same way. Enter the dojo, where we train with the Mighty Might Guy in combo challenges for each character, unlocking permanent upgrades for them. A nice and simple system that does not overcomplicate things with too many experience point systems, and it's nice to learn new combos and get rewarded for it too. So what's the next main mission? Save the village. What's the actual next main mission? Help the fireworks man for reopening the... No. Give me something good. What's this? Go on a mission to beat up a blue-haired fucker with Sasuke and Sakura? One where Sasuke sees he's inferior to Naruto? Starts tweaking at the end and ends up back in the hospital? Heck yeah! During those last few missions, the tedium really started to set in. The game really puts the fill into filler content. Why did I write that? But this mission is great, with the best puzzle in the game so far, involving all 3 characters to cross this river. So sometime between missions, we head back to Tsunade Town to play some mini-games. I really don't remember when this is, it's just some filler mission. But I thought it'd be worth mentioning. Can you catch all the fish? So with Sasuke back in hospital, the story gets forced back into focus. Cue the coolest frick hospital fight. But first... I love it so much. So let's fight Sasuke! Oh wait, we play as Sasuke in this fight. Oh, that's weird. Funny actually, for a game that advertises itself as 2 separate stories, we barely play as Sasuke. But this fight is great, the animation is so much fun, Naruto is a beast to fight against. Again, when the game is great, I'm gonna sing its praises, and that's always during the canon stuff. After all that palaver, we play as Sasuke for the final time. And gasp! We are ambushed by the Sound Ninja. They want us to join Orochimaru, but I would never join you. Not even if the sky turned red. Oh hey, look at that, the sky turns red. This is a fairly short section, some fights with the Sound Ninja, running through old areas. I can't really add much here, nothing really happens, we're just following the anime now. The red sky is a great visual though. Commence the Sasuke retrieval mission. This is scene for scene following the anime now. The squad heads out, running from area to area, fighting boss to boss, Sound Ninja, one-on-one. First up, Choji versus this guy. I don't know his name, he's the most forgettable one in my opinion. But all the fights are pretty difficult and pretty fun. And they all have extra little win conditions, which really adds a bit of spice to this. Choji's it to survive while the gang gets away, which is harder than it seems actually, because you do no damage to Jib during this countdown. His name's Jib. Sadly, we don't get to fight in Choji's powered up form as the game cuts back to the squad chasing the ninja. It's a bit of a shame, but it's fine. Next up is Neji versus the Spider. Similar affair, but this time you need to finish the fight using Neji's 8 trigram moves. Harder than it looks, these fights are really no joke. During all of this, we cut back to Orochimaru, who's having a real bad time.
Where are they? Why aren't they here yet?
It's crazy how the pacing in this game just picks right back up towards the end. It's really great. I do wish the whole game was like this. And for those who know the anime, well, you know the next fight is Gaara. Nah, only kidding. I found another ninja card, and this time it was manageable. Not like that thing. Fishing. Kiba versus the Double Decker. I love this body's design, by the way. Nothing else more to say here. Moving on is Shikamaru versus Lady, and Shiki is a great character. He has this move where he just blows you up. I love it. This game becomes another survival fight at the end. Naruto is all alone now, so we make our way through this new area, and it's also tricky. The platforming's hard, I've never know where to go. Not a criticism. It's really nice to see this game have a difficulty spike. Enter the Bone Man. You know the one. This guy sucks to fight against. But instead of fighting him, we head back to the Leaf Village for a surprise. So while we've been adventuring and playing this game, we've been getting cutscenes following Lee's recovery. As if you know the story of Naruto, he gets real messed up during his fight with Gaara. And if you don't know, don't worry, the game makes you replay the fight anyway. We've been seeing snippets of Lee's story as we've been progressing through the game. But now it's time for action as we play as Lee, back at the Leaf Village, and we have to run all the way back. I get it, new character, we have to let the players get used to him before we just go fight Bone Man, but we play on the last chunk of game, including the tree jumping sections, is just so dumb. I'd rather him just show up there and go from there. Like Gaara does. Why don't we get a clip of Gaara traveling from the Sand Village? Why can't you be consistent, game? After a good baking, Sasuke leaves his pot. Yeah, he just gets in a pot with strangers. If a random group of 2000s emos ask you to get into a pot, what do you say? But he flees and Naruto chases, leading us to the final battle, and oh, I love it. I love it so much. It's a multi-stage fight taking place on the top of these statues of these random guys. I'm sure they're not important at all. It goes down into the valley. Oh, it's all fantastic. The animation is great. The music is just on point. climaxing in Naruto going all foxy and Sasuke rocking his worst design. Does anyone like this? And shit, look at those numbers. This also acts as a puzzle fight, needing to use the Rasengan at the right time, or Sasuke will just win. A 10 out of 10 fight, great all around, I really love it. I'm gonna keep talking to you so I can show more of this fight. It's a spectacle. But as the story goes, Sasuke wins and leaves, refusing to kill Naruto. And the game abruptly ends. Very abruptly, actually. Roll credits. After this, you can go back and clean up side quests and get collectibles if you wish. You're not locked out of the game, you can still explore the world. Naruto the Broken Bond and Naruto Rise of the Ninja are two parts of a bigger whole, and I would say play them back to back for the full experience if you're a Naruto fan, or if you're new to a series. It's a great introduction. This is how I first got into the franchise. These games are the exact copies I had when I was like 14, 15 years old. I bought them from GameStation, if you remember that shop, to all my UK folks. Having said that, A Broken Bond is full of bloat. Like a corpse in a swamp, and it's a damn shame, as the highlights of this game far exceed the first game. It's better in every way, but also worse in every way too. It's an interesting case of a sequel doing everything right to improve on the previous version, but also taking it a little bit too far at the same time. The game feels like it lacks the same heart of the first game, but it's clearly better on paper at least. I would still recommend playing it, and playing both of them if you can. Now you can only buy physical copies of these games as they're not available on the Xbox store. And I would recommend doing that now just in case they get a price hike in the next few years. We never know how video games work. And with that, that ends the strange Ubisoft Naruto duology. They never made a third game. I would have loved to see them tackle some of Shippuden, and I can't see this series getting a random sequel one day like some other series we've been getting recently. The Ninja Storm series took off after these games, and as a result they are very much forgotten about. It's a damn shame because they really are one of a kind, and I'd recommend you trying them out. But that's Naruto: A Broken Bond. Thank you for watching. See you next video about a cunty cat. This is my third time trying to record the outro because I hate how it sounds, but thank you for watching the video. I want to give a quick shout out to a new gaming channel I started up with Fuzzy Key recently. Here's a link on the screen, look how pretty it is. I'm playing gameplay from it right now, which is really fun. If you want to see more of us, more of him, more of me, please go check us out. If not, again, thanks for watching, see you next video. Bye bye.